Mhm.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Well, welcome to Rally Trade Morning Market Review. And my name is Gabriel Orator, and I'll be taking us on this morning market review this morning. Kindly let me know if you can hear my voice and if you can see my screen. Just comment in the chat box. Just say all is good. Yes, just type all is good in the chat box so that I know that everywhere is good. Okay, so I'm just waiting for our response. Okay, if all is good, thank you. Then I just need two more response, then we'll be able to kick off this morning. All right, so just waiting on us. At least we have 29 participants currently. So, and I believe that our network is very much okay. So just type all is good in the chat box, then we'll be able to proceed with the market review this morning. I just waiting for us, waiting for our responses. Okay. So thank you for the prompt response. All is good. I think I will need to promise you free gifts. You will receive a free gift before the end of this session. While I wait for others to confirm, just give me a minute. All right, so okay, we have the telling me all is good. Just one more person and we kick off, right? Shinedu, I can see you. All is good, all is good. All right, so this morning we'll be doing something different from the usual. And what we are going to be doing is analysis. Analysis, basically analysis. What direction do you think each instrument would want to face, right? So I will only work with the people that has commented, you know. So anybody that has not commented, sorry, I'll not be able to work with you, but just follow through, right? So I just have three people I'm working with, Fesh, Nedu, and Kenny. Now, you look at my screen, I have oil. Then there are so many instruments lined up here. See oil, WTI, USD, Euro USD, GBP USD, gold, I have US 100, US 2000, US 2000, GBP JPY. You know, some instruments are very sweet to trade, very, very sweet to trade. And the best thing you want to do to those instruments is to look out for possible entry at different locations. For example, I've actually been on a trade for USD for a very long time, and the same goes for GBP JPY for a very long time. Now, the dynamics of the market changed at some point. What do I mean by that? Some days, some weeks back, we all believe that USD is more of a buy rather than a sell. But then, the dynamics of the market changed to the point that for over 3 weeks, USD was selling. It was nosediving. And I believe we all know that the American economy has actually not really, really been enjoying too much stability. So, which is why it gives room for dollar to be able to misbehave. But right now, it seems the dynamics of the market is about to change, right? Now, we have seen some signs that, okay, price is ready to change direction upward and price is ready to go. Now, what we are going to do this morning, we'll start with USD start with USD What do you think is going to happen? But before we come back to this chart, let me quickly take you down to my calendar. I'll take you back to calendar. Now, calendar is where we get to check when a news will be coming out. And also we get to check what the outcome of the news will be. All right, so from here, we'll go to the currency strength. From currency strength, we'll now go back to the chart to go and see what are we expecting for today. Now, basically, for today, if you check the Japanese economy, the Bank of Japan, they have released their interest rates, and what we are seeing there is less than 0.50 basis points. And if you are saying less than 0.50 basis points, previously we were having 0.5, and right now it's still showing less than 0.5. Now, anytime the interest rate is coming out, basically we expect some major moves in the market. We expect price to just skyrocket either upward or to nosedive downward. So depending on the direction the news will give. Now, basically, for the Japanese economy, the interest rate didn't have any major effect in the markets. And on USD you can see that as of that time, price was just there. There was nothing, there was no spectacular move for price. But then today being Wednesday, we are expecting some major events. For example, we have crude oil inventory coming for the dollar. The crude oil inventory is a news that also affects oil, right? Now, because it measures what the commercial firms in the US economy, what they have in their inventory for the past weeks. So if that is what is measuring, you know, this is the law of supply and demand, all right? So when there is excess supply, price falls. When there is excess demand, price rise, okay? So if this news comes out good, it is expected that oil should try and find its way up. As we have noticed, oil was, you know, those diving yesterday. It was just falling. It was falling. It kept falling. Until this morning, I just had to pick a buy trade on oil so that I want to catch the retracement. All right. So since this news is coming out by 3:30, there's likelihood it is either it will be good or it will be bad. We don't know the outcome yet until 3:30 p.m. today. Now, before the end of today, by 7 o'clock, we are expecting what is called FOMC. FOMC simply means Federal Open Market Committee. Now, this is what we call interest rate for the dollar. Now, if you notice, for Bank of Japan, their interest rate, you are going to see 0.5, less than 0.5. But for FOMC, you are not seeing nothing. You are seeing just the figure, which is 4.5. Now, basically, with what has been happening, the dollar, they have been using style to reduce their interest rate. And since they don't want their economy to go to recession, I believe they'll need to find a way to, intervene in their interest rates, which means there is no likelihood, we are not sure, but until we see the result, there's likelihood there's going to be an increase in the interest rates so as to also measure inflation in the economy, because the last inflation data shows that inflation reduced, but then until we see the outcome of the interest rates before we can proceed. All right. So now by 7 o'clock, you need to watch out for the dollar, because there can be a move either up or down. All right, they can do both ways. So you just have to be very, very, very careful. And tomorrow morning by 1:30 a.m., you can see AUD having a news. Now, why I'm showing you all this is because I don't want you to miss opportunities in the market. Then by 10:45 today, 10:45 p.m. today, which is in the evening, GDP for the New Zealand dollar is coming out. Wow, their expectation is way higher than what the previous is. All right. So when the news comes out, that's when you will see either green or red. When it is green, it shows that it is good. When it is red, it shows that it is bad. Right. So Thursday, we are looking for other things also. But then now let's check. Swiss National Bank will also be releasing their interest rates on Thursday, which is tomorrow, by 9:30 a.m. and there's going to be a conference by 10 o'clock a.m. Please look out for all these news events. You can put your orders in check, your buy, your sell. All right. So just know that the market dynamics is changing. The market dynamics is changing. All right. So for GBP also, their monetary policy is coming out by 1 o'clock tomorrow. So you don't want to miss it. Now, I'm going to miss some of this event because tomorrow we have a major event. You have your friends, your partners, anyone, you can invite them to the event. We have an event in Lagos, in Port Harcourt, Ibadan, in Abuja, AI Money Expo. I'm sure some of us would not want to miss it, right? So just ensure to bring anyone that you think is ready to start making money with AI just bring them to the event. So not to take much of our time, tomorrow is loaded. Now, from 7 o'clock p.m. today, watch out for moves, right? Okay, wisdom, all right? You are welcome, you are welcome. They have also missed us, right? Now, let's go back to, just like I said, after the news, let's quickly check the currency strength, because one of the things that traders usually lack is entry. That's what we lack. But this morning, I will be able to show you that you cannot lack entry when it comes to those markets. There's always an entry point for every instrument. There is always an entry point for every instrument. So if there's an entry point for every instrument, how do we find the entry? Now, US dollar is way stronger than any instrument currently. So let's quickly dive into the chart. Let's dive into the chart and let's see what will likely most happen, right? So for me, basically, right now, USD currently is hitting a resistance here, right? Now, there's something I showed some of the students that usually come to trainings in our offices. I showed them that to get an entry is not hard. It is way simple, way simple. And I'm going to teach us the same strategy this morning, and you will see that it's working, right? It's just, except for the days where you might have an unusual move in the market. Okay, so now, if you are writing, you need to write down some things. If you are with your book, your pen, if you want to record, ensure you record, because this is once in a lifetime training, right? This is once in a lifetime training. I'm sure by the end of this session, you should know where to be entering a trade and also where to be exiting a trade. So let's kick off now. For USDJPY, as an example here, now what I normally do is just that I want to check the activities of the previous day. Now, what do I mean by that? I want to check, what do you think the highest point for the previous day is? Now, if you look at my screen very well, let me quickly change something here. Black and white. Okay. Okay, some people might not easily relate to black and white, but let's do red and green. Let's do red and green, all right? So now I want to check the activities of the previous day. Remember, you need to write down some things. So if you are talking about activities of the previous day, what do we mean? Now, basically, we have what is called period separator. Now, period separator signifies that you have this line. Let me quickly show it to us. Okay, let me show it to us here. Now, you see this line here? This, let me just increase this, right? I just need you to focus, all right, so that you don't miss out in this. Okay, once in a lifetime training. Now, can you see this two red line? Let me remove this one first. You see this two red line? This one that you can see, then also this guy. Now, the date there, you'll see 19/3/2025, and this one is 18/3/2025. Now, period separator on 1 hour time frame, what they do is that they show me the activities of a day, right? So between this point and this point, this was yesterday now, all right? These are the activities that happened yesterday. Now, I need to check what was the previous day high. Previous day high. What do I mean by previous day high? Previous day high, you want to check the highest point for yesterday. What did price do? All right. Immediately price started yesterday, started edging higher. It got up to this point, and the highest point it got to was around 149.930. You see, now, but I can confirm that from this. All right, you see 149.930, the high. Now, the candles shows us formations, information about their opening time, the information about their highest, their closing, their low, and every other information. If you are using your system, which is your laptop, and you put your cursor at the closing of the candle, it will bring out all the details of the candles for you. Right? You see open, high, low, and close, which are what makes up the formation of the candle. Now, I have seen the highest point for yesterday. And if you look at what price did, price got to the highest point, and what happened? Who wants to answer that question? After price got to the highest point, just type it very fast. Let me see. After price got to the highest point, what did price did? I'm waiting for your response. Let's see. After price got to the highest point, what did price do? It got rejected. Thank you, Kenny. All right. It got rejected. You see, now, one thing you need to understand is that support and resistance are your basis for your entry. You can't just open your chart and say enter. No, you don't enter from anywhere. All right. So the first thing first is just that you need to know the trend of the instrument you are dealing with. All right. And USDJPY is believed to be an uptrend instrument. Uptrend is that it will respect more of support than resistance. Now, somebody say, but what happened there? This is resistance. It respected it. I remember what I said. I said it will respect more of support than what? Than resistance. That's what you need to understand. All right. Now, any uptrend instrument, always look out to buy in an uptrend. In a downtrend, always look out to sell. All right. That's one of the ways you can avoid unnecessary trades. Okay, unnecessary trades. Something happened to me last week, and I set a sell stop on GBP Now, funny enough, the sell stop was in profit after it triggered, and the price was just 3 points away from my take profit, and price went back up. And GBP also is an uptrend, you see, and it was a sell. Now, I had to close the trade in loss because the dynamics of the market has changed. All right. So you need to know when to close some trade in loss. You need to know when to close out your trade in profit so that you minimize the risk involved. All right. So after price got to the highest point, it got rejected. Thank you, Kenny. Now, wisdom, it starts coming down. Yes. Now, what was the previous day low? Which means the lowest point for yesterday. Look at the lowest point for yesterday here. Remember I said in between this and this is where we have yesterday, right? This was the lowest point for yesterday. This was the highest point for yesterday. Now, price didn't really do too much of movement. If we check, the total movement for yesterday was just 84 pips. And in that 84 pips, well, some people would have taken out 10, 20 pips, depending on what their target would be. Right now, what am I expected to do? Very simple. Very simple. So for those that knows a bit of support and resistance, you agree with me that anytime price gets to a resistance, you are expecting it to fall, right? And anytime price gets to a support, you are expecting it to rise. But then this is 1 hour time frame. You understand? And if you look at the previous day low, which was the low for yesterday, now Monday was the highest. You see, the same point where Monday got to and it was rejected. You see, that's the same point we have price to be using as support. See, anytime price breaks a resistance, the resistance turns to a support. You need to write this down because this is one of the secrets to trading. All right. You know, all those people online will not tell you, but me, I'm going to tell you. Now, the way it works, if price breaks a resistance, the resistance will turn to support. When price breaks a support, the support will turn to resistance. That's how it works. And you need to understand that there are 2 different types of support and resistance. You know, all these ones that you see me putting horizontal line on my chart, and I'm just putting lines. Those are what we call fixed support and resistance. FIXED, fixed support and resistance. Right? So right now, I've been able to mark out the previous day high and the previous day low. what is the next step? The next step is very simple. All I need to do is to look out for entry at some key certain level. Entry at some keys. All right, so sorry. Now, just like I've been able to show the previous day high and the previous day low, now my entry is the next thing I'm looking for, right? So the entry point is the next thing I'm looking for, Now, if I am to pick a trade, see, you need to be careful now. You can decide to do a buy limit, most especially at this lowest point here, because your expectation at the support is for price to what? To go up. You see, your expectation, technically speaking, anytime price hits resistance, it will fall. Anytime price hits support, it should buy. But don't forget, there are some fundamental events that we are expecting by the end of today, which is around 7 p.m. FOMC for US dollar. And the news can come out good, or the news can come out bad, or the news will remain neutral. If you look at NFP and CPI, there was no really too much form of movement for those guys. Normally NFP, if it happens, you will see nothing less than over 200 pips in movement. CPI, nothing less than over 300 pips. Well, CPI even sometimes moves more than NFP because of the expectation behind it. But for this month, it has just been flat. CPI and NFP was not able to really do much in the market. But then, if price can find its way down to this lowest point, uh, let me look at the price. If price can find its way back to 149.086, then I can be looking out to buy. Remember I said you can put a buy limit there. Just put a buy limit there because USJPY is more of uptrend than a downtrend. All right, you look out to buy rather than to sell. So anytime price has fallen, just pick a buy. Just pick a buy. You don't need to think twice. This guy will eventually buy. Eventually, to buy. All right. So now the way it's looking like, price wants to come back to this. So all right, guys. So sorry for the technical issues. We have a break in the network, so that's what happened, right? Now, look at what I just did now. What I just did. Let me show you. All right. I hope I'm clear and good. Now, I want to show you something else. For Monday, this was Monday, this was Tuesday, and this is Wednesday. Sometimes you might not see all these things until we show you. Let me start. Yes. Set it. Yeah. This is Monday. Then we have here to be Tuesday. Then we have today, which is what? Wednesday. Now, look at this. Remember I told you, right? I think I need to change colors here. Let me just change this one to black. Yeah, then Let me change this once. So that we don't have too much red. Yeah. So, okay. And now, remember I told you that price is going to locate the previous support, right? Now, I'm giving you the secret. As price is coming down, now, can one sell along with it? Now, Kalu, you know, hmm, Kalu. Now, let me quickly say this. As price is coming down, well, if you want to sell, now you can decide to, but I will not advise you to sell. Instead of selling, I will advise you to look out to buy. Now, let me come again. Instead of you selling, I would rather advise you to what? To buy. Because there are some instruments you don't sell, and there are some instruments you don't even think of buying it. The best thing for you to do is to follow the trend. Never go against the trend of the instrument you want to trade. Always look out to follow the trend. You understand? You must always look out to follow the trend. Because now, remember, we are dealing with yesterday's high and yesterday's low. Now, imagine that somebody he said, see, price is buying, is buying. But then you are forgetting that there is a resistance here. You just enter buy. Immediately you enter buy, price, he said, profit, profit. After that, the next thing, price started selling. Now you are in loss. So you need to look out for these things. So you see this sell that price is doing is not going to be for too long because expectation for price before FOMC should be up and down. And the up and down should be in between the previous day high and the previous day low. So you need to understand the way market moves. Anytime there's a major event coming out, price won't do too much movement. It will just be doing up and down. It will be ranging until the news comes out before you can now see a clear pattern of movement. Now, if you notice on Monday, what kind of move do you have? Just up and down. The price got there, did there, and then after a while, you see the way it took out this resistance here. All right. But then tracing this line back, you see what happened here. You see this. Now, after I took out this resistance support, you can see candlestick formation here, hammer and confirmation, right? For those that knows candlestick formation, see hammer and confirmation. After hammer and confirmation, now, if price can successfully find its way back to 149.086, now, remember I said you can put the buy limit there. Now, there are other levels of support that price might look out to get to. Okay? So from here, my expectation is price should find its way back to this point here. Yes, it should find its way back. When will he do that? That's his problem, not mine. Because my own is to forecast and to predict the movement of price. But when will he do that? Remember, I said that's not my own problem, right? And when it's not my problem. Okay, but what it will do is part of my problem. Okay, so now with what is happening here currently, yes, price is selling. All right. If you enter sell, well, that's at you, that's you. You have taken a risk. It's possible you make profits because eventually, if it gets here, your sale will be profitable. Then now I said it is advisable. It is advisable for you to be buying rather than to be selling. So anything that makes price to get to this point, what do? You pick a buy. Now, if the FOMC should come out, there are even some possible entry points for you, when it comes to this chart. All right. But I would like you to just take your time because I don't want to dwell too much on just one instrument, so that you don't say, they not give us gold, they don't give us this one, So I will not dwell too much, but I'm giving you all the possibility on USDJPY because there are so many opportunities on this guy here. You see what it has been doing, right? Up and down. It did the up and down Friday and Monday. Check Friday and Monday. And after Monday, it went up. So most likely Tuesday, Wednesday. And from Wednesday, it will either go down or it will either go where? Up until FOMC will happen before we know what price will do on USD JPY. Now, the next instrument is gold. You know, a whole lot of people have been saying, gold, 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 gold. You know, gold is one of the most funny instruments that, you know, you could ever think of. Now, let's start from the highest time frame that we have. Highest time frame, let me quickly change this so that we have a clean chart. Merely looking at this chart, overall trend for gold is up. When I say overall trend, that means over time, everything it has been doing majorly has been up, right? Down to weekly time frame, down to daily time frame, except for some days where you see that the trend is coming down. But then 2025, January, February, price got as high as 2957.50. 2957.50, which is somewhere around there. And from there, right now, current market price is around 3040. That's 3040. I actually did a video also on the YouTube channel and talking about 3000 price level. Will 3000 be a resistance for price? But then eventually, it's looking like the 3000 has become a support for price. Now, FOMC will determine whether this guy fall or this guy will rise. But then, my own expectation, because every trader's view on the chart might be different because of the level of information that we have. Do you understand? So the way gold is doing right now, if it falls a bit, it will just range. After ranging, you expect it to go back up, right? Now, also for this one, so let's even say you want to trade gold. This was the highest point. Price has broken the highest point. Get it? It has broken it. You know, this was the highest point for this guy. And you look at what happened here. See, highest point, but the highest point for your Monday was this. See what price has done, right? And the lowest point for yesterday is actually somewhere around here. And look at this here. So resistance, support. So price has broken this, right? So there is expectation of respect to this point. And if price is respecting from this point, the best thing is you want to look out to either buy. You know, so now after the formation of this candle by 9 o'clock, I should buy gold by 9 o'clock. Just buy gold, use your lot size, put your take profit in check, because if you did not put your take profit in check, there's no way you'll be able to exit the trade very fast in cashing out now, right? Somebody say, can't we buy now or can't we sell now? No, don't sell now, don't buy now, all right? Wait, let this candle close. You know, remember, we're talking about the highest point, then the lowest point. So if price got to the highest point and is respecting it, then definitely want to wait. If there's a candlestick pattern, will you follow it? Because something happened, I think on Friday, thereabouts, where we have two gravestone doji pattern, and gold decided not to fall, rather it went up. So you need to be very careful when it comes to gold. Be very, 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 very careful. All right, now, but just like I mentioned earlier, by 9 o'clock, if this candle is still above 3037.9, you can look out to buy. But if it's below it, don't sell, because sell can put you in trouble. All right. So, but if price is above 3037.9, you can buy. It is more safer for you to buy than to sell. All right. So that's my own expectation for gold, which is what I'm sharing with you currently. Now, I know some people trade US 100, some people trade US 2000. So just note this: the same analysis we are doing for US 100 will also go for US 2000. All right. But let me quickly change some things here so that we have a clean chart. Remember our logic of previous day high and previous day low. All right. our logic of previous day. This was the previous day low. Can you see it here? And the previous day low coincides with some support here. Okay. Then the previous day high, the highest point for yesterday. Well, I would pick this one because this is where the candle started forming from. So yeah, somewhere like this now. Okay. You can decide to use this if you want to, because it's a significant change in the movement of price. It's significant. Now, what can we do on US 100? It's very simple. Now, price has started moving. You can decide to do a buy stop somewhere around there and just put your take profit before this particular point here. Because you need to be, now when it comes to setting some orders, you need to critically check your levels of support and resistance. Because anywhere that price changes direction or where it's looking as if it changed direction, there is potential for price to respect that particular point. Okay, there's potential for it to respect it. So as this price is coming down, if it gets to 1996.55, I'm expecting it to find its way back up. But if not, then price should do a sell stop, which is below the lowest point there, and you take profit. See, so that's the expectation, basically, that we are expecting price to do. Expectation, basically, what we are expecting price to do. All right. So for US 100 also, it's more like we are waiting for price to fall into our trap. All right. If it's not falling into your trap, no trade. All right. Remember, a good trader, you are not looking at the numbers of trade, but you are looking at following your trading plan. All right, following your trading plan. So if price can successfully break this lowest point, I'll just put a sell stop. I'll sell, take my profit before this next support zone here. But if price respects it, I'm looking at doing a buy above this previous high here, then my take profit before this point here. All right, so that's my own expectation for the movement of price currently. Then US 2000, I believe, should have the same form of movement, all right? Form of movement. This is a sell stop that I can drag. I'll just put it a bit below the lowest point because now I want to avoid price taking me out, taking my order and going back in a direction I'll not be able to easily identify. Okay, so as it is currently, we are looking at the previous day high, talking about previous day high that is significant, then previous day low that is significant. You see it here. Okay, so let me zoom out a bit. This is what we have. This is what we have. And then if I'm looking at setting any orders on this guy, already this is what I'll do as sell stop, put the sell stop here, put the take profit. Take profit is like 14,000 there. Then this is entry. Now, no, this is not entry. This was the highest point. So entry will be above, or you can decide to drag the entry before this point. Just put the entry somewhere around there. Then take profit should be before the highest point, somewhere around there. Right. So, but these are the ways we pick our entries. You understand? All right. You just want to check what is the previous day high, what is the previous day low. Okay. Will price respect the highest point? Will price respect the lowest point? Right. So this is how we look for entry on the chart. Okay, so already there's a source stop here. And also, you see, this is a buy stop with a take profit. Then you can just do that. But then just note this, the news by 7 o'clock will have effects on anything that has relationship with the dollar. So the US 100, the US 2000, even the 40, even the US 30, US 500, USD, any USD pair will move when it comes to the news by 7 o'clock p.m. Okay, so now let's look at two more instruments. It's been a while I traded corn because once upon a time I used to trade corn, and corn is one of my favorite instruments. Corn is one of my favorite instruments. And one thing about corn that I'm doing currently is that I'm waiting for corn somewhere. waiting for corn somewhere. Hey, I'll need to clear this chart. Because where I'm waiting for corn is around 300, because I want it to fall very well. If it can fall to this point, which is around 305, 306, or anything 3, I'm looking out to buy it. I'm looking at buying corn. All right. But then right now, I'm not doing any activity. I'm not doing any activity on corn. Just waiting for price to fall into my trap. Then oil. Oh, my oil should have been back in profit, because remember I told you I didn't buy on oil. You should have been back in profit by now. Let me just confirm. Many dollars am I making? Oh, it's not yet in profit. That means I entered from the almost the high here, because I'm just -$1 currently. So -$1, okay, which is not bad. Which is not bad. Now, because it was a bit in profit before this fall happened, and now it's trying to find its way. This is AMA. This is, if this can finish as a confirmation, then expect price to cover the gap by coming back to the moving average. So which means that, remember I told you the first type of resistance, the first type of resistance that we have is the fixed support and resistance. Fixed support and resistance. Now, the second type of support and resistance, that we have is what we call the moving average, which is dynamic support and resistance. All right, moving average, dynamic support and resistance. So my own expectation for this oil is just that since I have an AMA currently at the support, because if you check, this was a previous support, right? The price got to again. There was a gap. And anytime there's a gap, price needs to fill that gap. There's always a need to fill. Look at this previous one here. Price closed here. Look at where it opened strong. And after it happened, that Monday, it was able to close it out a bit. So right now, if we have an AMA and there's a confirmation by 9:05, because 9:05, this candle is going to close. So you can look out to buy oil, then you put your take profit somewhere around this point. Yes, somewhere around there, which is around 70.28. You put your take profit at 70.28 and you'll be fine, right? So should you buy now? No, okay? Because this is a candlestick formation, AMA with a confirmation, but our confirmation is not yet confirmed. Are you with me this morning? The confirmation is not yet confirmed. What do I mean by that? Which means that this candle must have closed as a buy candle. I think I should use the normal green and red template so that you'll be able to easily relate with it. Let me add the moving averages so that we see. So we have 21. Then the moving average I'm using is 21 and 50. Okay, 21 and 50. And 50 moving average. Let me change the color to black. Okay, so this is 21 and 50 here. So if price can successfully close as a green candle by 9:05, then the next thing I want to do is to pick a buy, put my take profit anywhere around 70, anywhere around 70, but not more than 70.30, not more than 70.30, because I'm expecting price to just cover the gap, and anything it wants to do, that's on price. Okay, remember, every of your trade decision is to take advantage of the movement of price. All right, anytime you want to buy or sell, just know that you want to take advantage of the market. You want to take advantage of the movement of price, either up or down. That's what you want to do. Okay, so for me, I will just wait after this candle has closed as a bullish candle. then I can pick my buy, pick a buy, put your take profit 70.31. Right. For those that have attended candlestick class, you will know, you'll be able to easily relate with what I'm saying right now. Right. So oil is a sweet instrument. The same thing goes for the WTI, which we call the West Texas Intermediate. West Texas Intermediate. So if you check 1 hour time frame, the same pattern of movement. It's just that this one did not gap. But as price was trying to go up, you see, if this one can do bullish engulfing, because on Brent, you are having hammer confirmation. On WTI, you are looking for bullish engulfing. So if this can complete bullish engulfing, you can still enter your buy, and your take profit should be around 66.79, right? 66.7. Anything around that point, take your profit, ensure you're out of the market, because you don't want to stay too long in the market. Remember, I told you, you want to take advantage of the movement, right? Anytime you want to take long in the market. Now, I think somebody was saying D40. See, now these are the people that came late. And you remember I told you I'm only working with few persons. So if you want me to do D40, please try and be coming up early in the morning market review, right? So now with all the instruments we have checked, US JPY, oil, gold, US 100, US 2000. Now, what is the instrument you wish to trade? If it is USD JPY, we have showed you possible outcome. Can you see this guy is almost got to this point, which is 149.086, almost, but you see it has been rejected. So there is a support here that we are expecting price to respect. If it respects it, just buy, put your take profit. You can set your take profit 15 pips or 20 pips. If you know how to do it, you can do it. Just pick a buy. If price can come back to anywhere around there, if it comes back there, pick a buy, then set your take profit 15 or 20 pips. Then for gold, just like I mentioned, by 9 o'clock, if it closes above this previous day high, look out to buy. But if it closes below it, hold on, wait a bit, all right? Let it fall a bit to somewhere, let it fall to somewhere around here, if it can. This will be my preferred place, 30.15, right? 30.15, if you can get there, then you look out to buy it. The US 100, just like we mentioned, look at the lowest point here. If it can get here, you expect it to bounce back, but if it's not bouncing back, there's a trap we have set for it here, and there's another trap here. US 2000 also, look at it. There's a trap here, and there's another trap here. All right, this is how you want to trade all these instruments. This is how you want to trade all these instruments, and then you'll be able to take the profit you are looking for. All right. So before we close, the telephone number, please. Well, please, if you have any question, you can kindly reach out to your account officer. Right, Kalu, I noticed that you do your analysis on 1 hour and take on same 1 hour instead of lower time frame. Yeah. Now, I am a kind of trader that anything that goes below 1 hour, I am not interested. All right. I'm not a scalper. I'm a day trader and also a swing trader. You need to know the difference between these things, right? Now, some people, they are scalpers, but they don't know that they are scalping actually. They said, no, I'm a day trader. But there's difference between a day trader and a scalper, right? Time frame is one of the differences. You understand? So for example, now, this D40 that I just opened now is on 15 minutes time frame. You know, some people love 15-minute time frame, but I don't really love it. All right. In as much as quickly you can easily cite either a change in the movement of price or a support or a resistance. Now, currently with what price is doing, if I am to scalp, I'll just wait for price. If you can successfully hit somewhere around there, I'll just look out to buy because I'm expecting it to go back to moving average. All right. So just put a buy, D40, put a buy, back out. But then because I'm a day trader, I need to be very, very careful. And I've mapped out some key levels on this guy. If you see my screen very well, let me even go on fast time frame. Some key levels on this guy. Look at the resistance. Price got to resistance. So as it is, D40 will still fall. It will fall. It should fall to somewhere around here, somewhere around 23140.7. You understand? So I'm using 4 hours time frame now because every time frame has what they are showing to you. So you need to be able to see it before you pick a decision. If you just pick a decision based on just a particular time frame, if you notice, as I'm checking 1 hour, I'm checking 4 hours, I'm checking daily time frame. Okay, so I'm checking, is there any correlation between these time frames that I'm using? All right, you need to look for correlation in all the time frames. If there's no correlation, then it's better you just stay away. So if D40 will still fall, let me now go back to the 15 minutes time frame. So look at where we're expecting it to get to. But then now there has been a dead cross on the 15 minutes time frame, and after a dead cross, you expect price to fall normal. But then before it falls conveniently, let there be a retest. The second type of moving average is uh is what we call the retest. So when price breaks a resistance, it's supposed to retest it as a support. Do you understand? So the moving average right now is serving as a resistance, which D40 should go back up to retest. But then remember, I told you on 4 hours time frame, you see, is a bit far from my moving average. So I don't want to take chances. Let it fall down to that price. If it can fall down to that price, then I can look out to buy. Okay, so you don't need to rush the market. Let market do the setup for you. You know, it's close to resistance, right? The best place for you to even be looking out to buy D40 should be somewhere, anywhere around 22, 223, 224. Buy it, put your take profit above, and you'll be fine. Right? So you don't need to rush the market. Don't force entry where there is no entry. If you force it, well, anything you see, just take it. All right. Thank you so much for joining this morning market review. It is a pleasure to have been able to share an insight. All right. Thank you, Kenny. Thank you, Wisdom. Thank you, Kalu. Thank you, Ife. Shinedu. Thank you. All right. Okay. Kenny, okay, you remember your first class in January because you share new insights all the time. First class with you. All right, okay, that's a good one. It's good when you learn new things. It's a good one, and I'm happy that people are willing to learn to know how to how to know when the dynamics of the market has changed. Don't be like others that are looking for buy and sell. All right, always look out to learn. How can you do this by yourself? One of the days whereby you don't have or your account officer, you don't have anybody, what will you do? Will you just keep yourself stranded? No, you should be able to find a possible entry by yourself. Now, I'm going to give us an assignment, and hopefully the next time we are going to meet, we'll be able to sort it out, all right? But remember this, let me quickly recap everything I've said since, okay? So what you want to do when you open your chart the first time, when you open your chart, check the highest point for yesterday, check the highest point for yesterday, and also the lowest point for yesterday. So you are doing two things. You want to check the highest point, you want to check the lowest point. Now, the highest point and the lowest point should be your point of interest for you to be able to derive your entry point and also your exit point. All right, look at what is happening on D40. Okay, now expectation is that it should still sell. Okay, so don't make a mistake. All right, let it fall very well before you buy. Thank you so much, everyone. It is a pleasure and it is nice. Okay, Mr. Victor, please, basically we don't, but then you can just discuss with your account officer if your account officer can, do that. Well, I'm in the Abuja office. If you are in Abuja, we can meet up and we can interact so that we have a nice session in today's class. Today's class will be doing a live session whereby people are going to be, learning new things, and they are going to be trading in the class, right? Thank you all. Enjoy your day. Have a wonderful and a lovely day ahead.